the timer going. 2:45, so 4:15. Okay, doke. Oh, Mike wasn't even here, so probably didn't even hear that. All right, let's go. All right, so if it wasn't in the word, guess isn't in word, mark it as wrong guess. Oops, it's not where we wanted to be. Okay. Excuse me, meaning that there is no value for this guy. We didn't find it. So, means we need to add it to the guess list. I think that means we need to count backwards and check if the character is a plus. And if it is, do nothing. And if it isn't, then update it and break. So I guess we could do this loop here. Hey, sure. And while I is less than, or I guess we'll do I, and I is the hold. And so this compared it to the word. But now we have to update the guess list. So while I is guess list.size, we start at the size. And we say, while it's greater than 0. While it's greater than 0. So you start at however big it is. And we start at greater than 0 to not include it. Okay, so instead of starting at 0 and not including the size, we instead include the size but don't include 0, okay? And then decrement I. And we say, and then we could check to make sure that the guesses are, well, we can check to make sure we still have some valid guesses. Like check if lost game or something like that. Oh, okay. So if guess list data we could say if we need to update 1 to be whatever we guessed. And the guess is user guess. Okay, so we'll say if user guess is guess list data index, or well, I. So the top, oh wait, no. Not that. If it is not guessed, it's kind of magic, but we could say we can maybe set this somewhere else too, as like the not guess character, or the not guess character. If guess is unguessed, then replace it, and we do guess list Static cast to a standard size t index. Oops, I. So we say that guest list at this index I is user guess. Okay? Hold. Oh, this should be, oops, standard S size guest list. We could static cast it down. Yeah, we could do, sure. Standard pointer diff t. How did we do an int before? We did int here. Oh, because we were just indexing the data, but here we're actually indexing to change the value. Save the wrong guess. But if it was valid guess, then we need to update the word. Then we could loop through the word. Or no, I guess we don't have to loop through the word, do we? Do we just say, yeah, we do. We just say for each. Const auto reference. What are we replacing? Found guess index. And this is dereference guess indexes, or indices. For each, and we say if found guess index, or hold, wait, so if we dereference guessed indices, we get a standard vector. And these are all the values of the standard vector, int. And we're going to update the word. So we're going to say in-game word, or word in-game. Indexed with static cast to a standard size t to make it unsigned. Found guess index. Scary. I kind of want to do some testing because I don't have any validation just yet. This is sketchy. I haven't tested a damn thing, and that is bad. That's real bad. So far, I really want to change these to be functions. But then we have to return guest into it's just weird. There'd be so many functions and so much passing, I don't know if it'd be any good. So if it's already guessed, then we continue. If it hasn't been already guessed, if the guess is valid, well, Oh, and this needs to be set. I'm pretty sure already guessed needs to be set to true. That way we can break out of the loop and say it's already guessed. Letter already guessed. So stop looping. Let's just check if a letter was guessed. Something like that. Alright, we play the game and we continue while the guesses are here. And we also need to, or hold on, while guesses are greater than 0, and maybe we set guesses to then be however many guesses aren't the plus. Seems like an overcomplicated way of doing this. Maybe not though. So we say if it's a valid guess, then we update guess list. Or we'll update word to reflect guess. God, this is gonna be bad. One, it's infinite. Oh, it's not infinite. Oh, we weren't getting input here, so we need to do wrong guesses. This. And then oh, we actually have input now, so we, okay. The word. And how is it supposed to say here? Enter your next letter. A. What are the... Oh, we don't know the... Okay, we don't know the word. Alright, well, I guess it's incorrect. Okay, so we'll say no user guess. So we say no, it's not in the word. If it is valid, yes, user guess is in word. A, hold. I think it's continuing right now, so the problem is... Oh, hold on. If it... Oh, it needs to be... If it is greater than or equal to A and less than or equal to Z, or greater than or equal to A and less than or equal to Z. I think we were doing the not was wrong. A. Uh-oh, hold. Why did it do 2? B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z? Oh, it's busted. Okay. So if it wasn't, if it's a plus, and then break. Wait, C's not in word or C is in word? Why did it not add? Oh, it's because it's greater than 0. It needs to actually be inclusive. Size of guest list -1. Okay. A, B, C. Cool. All right, so that works. And then we could say we could just subtract from let's see. We could say out of guesses. The word was target word. And I mean, I guess we could say here, guesses. So it at least ends. So we could say A, B. Oh shit. D. Japan. Hey, what? It said China was the word and A wasn't in it? Motherfucker. Oh no. Oh, it's broken. Fuck. Okay. What have I created? God. Alright, what if we do 10 guesses? A is in the word. J. B. Fuck. What are the E? I. O. U? Oh no. Bro, what could the words be? Let me do some cheating real quick. The fuck are the words? Where are they at? Fantasy? F. What? Are you fucking me? Oh my god, it's case sensitive, that's why. Let's just make all of these lowercase. And then I can deal with cases later. Because it's checking them individually. J. O. A. I. E. O. U. Hold. What? The word was spell. It 100% said E is not in the word. When does indices return standard null opt? When does it return empty? Oh! If it is greater than or equal to. E is only present one time. Whoops. God, this guy's great. Oh, I forgot it was Tina! Oh my god. A is in the word. What are my words? K. Oh, C. I. N. H. And then we check at the end of the whole while loop. Check if 1. If in-game or word in-game is target word. If it is, you guessed it. The word was A. K. O. R. E. The word was Korea. Turn. Hey. The fuck? Only one? Oh, firearm. Oh, here it is. I put in fire, and it said I-R-M. M is in the word. Alright, how is solution? Let's see. Oh, and I was gonna say to handle the invalid input actually, so this is why. I was gonna say if not this, else this, invalid input, and then what, that character's not valid or something like that? That wasn't a valid input. Try again. A is in the word. I don't know. A? Oh, ability. B-I-Y-L-T. Damn, you lost. Nah, I don't give a fuck about copying that. Does it work? I mean, I guess I should be happy, right? Isn't the game working now? Excuse me. Oh, so we guessed C, we guessed I, and those are added to the invalid guesses. And if we say B, 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 doesn't change anything. Z, X, O, P, Q, R, S, T. No, T is not in the word. Out of guesses, the word was Japan. And how does this work? So we say, oh. Maybe we do it in the game too. Hmm? And then we still need to do the print, huh? If the guess is valid, if guess is invalid, if guess is valid. If it's invalid, then we say, no, that's not the word. And then we say, void print word and guesses. And then the word is a standard string reference word. And guesses is a const standard vector character reference called guesses. And so now what if we pasted this in here and instead of word and game, oh, hold. And this is just called word. And this is called guesses. I like guess list. And then we'll just say current word. Or we'll just say word in game. Sure, I like that. And now what if we just say print word and guesses, and we pass it the word in game and guess list. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. Z O oh well fuck, I need, what if we just say 3 guesses? Z, O, and P. Oh, of course P is in the word. Panda? Yeah. So we know that X is not. No, X is not in the word. Out of guesses. Oh, but we also need to print. Oh, we didn't print that here. There it is. Print word and guesses. And we pass it, what is it called? Word in game and guess list. Z, X, O. Okay, we have these guesses. If we say no, that is not a word. And then the word, we don't know any yet. Wrong guesses, don't have any yet. Enter your next letter Z. No, Z is not a word. It says, okay, the word hasn't been updated. Guesses now has Z at the top of the stack. Into the letter, nope, X is not in the word. Now there's Z and X. We tried C, now there's Z, X, and C. Out of guesses, the word was firearm. The word was... Wait. Oh, oops, that was... Well, it's not how I wanted to do it. The word was Japan. There it is. And actually, this should be this too. I want quotes on both sides. And these only happen when these specific conditions happen. And out of guesses. Oh, when is it even returning? Oh, it's just because, yep. If the guesses are less than 1, all this stuff is inside the while loop. Actually, no, it's not. Do we care if it's in the loop or not? We only care about this stuff while guesses. Okay. So I guess, can we just move this down here? Oh, it's actually at the wrong place. Yes, F is in word. Oh, hold. I entered them all. And we could prevent this by doing input validation. So we could say, instead of just doing this, we could also say get user character. Character, get user character. We already have numeric limits, right? No. And actually, I'm handling this elsewhere. So maybe we handle it in here, actually. If it wasn't valid input, try again, and then we could get ignore line. Is ignore line again? No, not yet. We don't have it yet. But I should. Well, I guess that's how we can do it, huh? We're just checking to make sure that the letter's right. So this, we do actually need a function that gets a valid letter. Alright, so we'll say void. Alright, we'll say character, get valid user character. We still have limits, right? Yes, good. And we'll say, don't need to enter anything. We're just gonna say, character, user character. And then we'll say standard character input, extract to user character. Oops, don't need that. And we can say if not standard character input, it failed. So we can say if standard character input dot uf is true, entered uf character. So kill program, and then standard abort. Handle invalid input, or invalid characters. Alright, character input dot clear. Reset failed input flag, standard character input dot, or we could just say ignore line. And then we could say void ignore line. Standard character input dot ignore. Excuse me, standard numeric limits, standard stream size, because we need the entire value that a whole stream size can get, which is its max. And if we ignore all the way through that, or until we get to an endline character, clear input buffer, reset the failed input flag, ignore line, and if standard character input dot peak is not the endline character, clear extraneous input, ignore line, and then return user character. And now instead of doing this, we'll say we're going to initialize user guess with get valid user character. A, B, and it will say A and ignore B. And then we could say fantasy and it will only check F. Boom. And I think this is CH, but it will ignore the H even though it's valid. H-I-N. Boom. The word is China. Cool. And now how to fix this monstrosity. Ay, ay, ay. What is this, only like 100 lines of code probably? It's closer to 160. Yikers. The fuck is this? I've heard this before. Oh, it's Nair. Oh shit, it's gotta be pretty good. Wow, it didn't sell nearly as good. Oh, it's much smaller and tighter. Oh, okay, that's cool. Glad. Alright. Oh, I mean, there's a lot of comments here. I'm actually kind of surprised it's not worse than how it is, but this is probably terrible. Should I separate these things out better? I feel like I probably should. Namespace Hangman. So we have the game intro. We have converting the word to braces. We have getting the guesses in plus format. So we are yielding a standard vector character returned by value via move semantics. Transfer ownership efficiently. Okay. And I need an existing thing to push it back. I can't just push it back on a temporary, because then after the loop goes to the next iteration, the temporary is gone. So I think that's the way to do that. And then we have a standard optional. Check if guess is found in the word. In word. Is guess found in word? Or well, check if guest character is found. Well, I'll just say guest letter is found in word. Because it's not even guest character, it's guest letter. And we pass in the guess and we pass in the word. Returns all locations. And really, maybe we don't even do this. Maybe we... I kind of like that. It's like saying, like if I'm a military commander and I send my guy out there, my scout, and he goes and says, he comes back and says, sorry, sir, there were no targets. I can look at him and say, okay, there are no targets. But if he comes back and says, yes, there are targets, and these are the targets, he is basically my standard optional. He returns no news, there's nothing, or news with specifics. So is there news or not? Yes or no? If there is news, what's the news? So 3 possible answers. No news, news, so evaluates to false, evaluates to true, news, and what news? And what we could have done is, if the guess is in the word, in that one loop check of the word, we get that index, or let's see, hold on. If I'm checking that word, to see if it matches the guess. If it does, then I should set the in-game words index at that index to be the guess letter. That's some stuff really stuck on my teeth. Hold on, be right back, real quick. Then I don't need to return this, do I? Trying to see if there's a less complicated way of doing this. So we could say commit Hangman completed, or completed Hangman. Oh, and we can amend the last one. We can view all. Can I amend each? Check out. I don't know what that does. We'll find out. Nope, never mind. I don't want to do this. This is scary. Alright. Anything we can make const expression? Nope. 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 No. The hell? Oh, we're good. Oh. GG. Or, get in from the first word to the last word. As index. Well, from the first word to last, it's index. First to last words index. Well, we could say, excuse me, first words index to last words index. Okay. I think words are fine. Namespace Hangman. It's the game intro. Can convert the word to braces. Pass in a number of guesses to initialize the guess list, right? Is there anything else in here that I should be doing after this? Oh. Check if the guess is in the word. Maybe this is a part that we don't need. We can print the word and guesses. So we print the word is this, and then wrong guesses. And then we can output the guess list. Okay, this seems fine. Ignore line seems fine. Get a valid user character. I mean, it seems self-explanatory. Like, for getting users guess. User guesses are for getting users guessed letter. Cleaned up Hangman. Oh wait, not revert. We could do. Oh, we could change discard changes. That's how we do it. Okay. Now, what if we undo the changes? Oh, cool. Print word in underscore format. I mean, and we could do this too, right? Oh, no. Guess not. That's fine. I mean, do we want everything in this nested if statement? Could just say if the guess is invalid, do this. Yeah, I guess this is good to have up here anyways. We just handle it in advance. We say, hey, if it's not valid, try it again. Like, okay. Check if I already guessed. Then just continue. If it hasn't been, if not already guessed, check to see if it's in the target word. If it's not in the word, save the wrong guess. Save the as wrong guess. No, it's not in the word. We could decrement guesses. So we use guesses different ways here. We one, decrement, but two, we also display it with a visual representation. If it isn't a word, this doesn't need to be nested like that. How else would we do this? I like standard optional. Well, I can compress each one of these. Interesting. And I actually found a couple spiders in my room, so whenever I feel something, I am gonna react. There was a dead spider. I guess I probably killed it in my sleep. Okay. Wow, this is great. This is seriously crazy. This is the best playlist I've ever had. That's the ideal physique. That's number one. It's clocking. Okay. It's clocking to me. I'm trying to absorb it in my brain to see if there's a different way of doing this. So instead of saying, we could say, return a standard optional that has we need all the places that it's found. Or we could have a Boolean where we loop through it. We loop through the word to find the guess, or to find the guess letter, and anytime we find it, we update the index, or we take that index and update that index of the in-game word to match. And we could have a Boolean where when we find it, we set it to be true. But does it store information that persists between... No, I don't think it does. Because it calls this every time. Hold. No, because it's here. What if we instead said... So what if we remove this whole thing? Instead of, I mean, we could save basically 14 lines of code maybe. Or at least like 10. Excuse me, and instead, maybe all actually. Because we use this guy in two spots. We use this guy here and here. So it could say... Uh-oh. How do I uncomment? I don't know how. So is it edit advanced? Wait, no, toggle block comment. There it is. Control Shift. Control Shift. Yeah, I don't know about that, dude. Yeah, no. Wait, what the fuck happened? Uh-oh. All right, so instead of this guest index guy, okay, it's just a shirt, just a baggie. If the guess isn't in the word, how do we try this? We say check if guess is in word. So we could do a for. We need the index, so we'll say, but we're not changing the actual word, so we could say for int index while index is less than standard s size. We might get a comparison issue here because we're going to be comparing a signed integer to a big ass signed integer. Target word. Okay, we're fine. And in this for loop, we're going to see if user guess is target word dot data. Oh, lucky. Standard string supports this because I guess standard string is actually a standard vector. Maybe? Well, it's a type, so I guess it's a custom version, maybe? That data index. If it's found, guess is found, or guess matches word character. So, update word in game at that index. Update word in game at static cast to a standard size t index is user guess. So this update word in game with matches everywhere. Update all found matches in displayed word. Okay. And we could say bool does guess, or well, is guess found. Is guess found is true. The guess was found. And if not is guess found, then we need to save save the guess in the invalid guess area. And then what, we just do the decrement action? Yeah, that works. Okay. Then what we can do is, and this is the one where we were gonna use in place, right? Yeah, exactly. We were just adding it as a stack to save the places instead of just updating them right then and there, which is probably better. Is better. If the guess is not found, then we need to loop through our guess list. So we'll say int I and index, sure. But we need to start with the maximum size. So we're gonna say I guess we do need to start with a pointer diff, huh? Standard pointer diff t, so that it can actually hold the big number. And we do this by a standard s size of we need to loop through the guess list and go from the guess list -1 and go while the index is greater than 0. Sorry, greater than or equal to 0, so we can include the last index because there are only 3 right now. Greater than or equal to 0. And didn't we have a push? Yeah, we were doing pushback for that too. That's what I thought. While the index is greater than or equal to 0, decrement index to do this. If fuck, I think I need to do 2 things here too. If we can evaluate the data, right? And then we have to actually change it. Yeah, we do. All right. So I'm going to just say if guess list data at the index is, or we'll hold, is a plus. Then set guess list at static cast to standard size t. Index is user guess. And then minus guesses. Oh, and true, also we need to break out of here. Only add the wrong guess 1 time. Check, or we'll find first blank guess. So now we could say J, hold, if the guess was found, yes, user guess is in the word. No. is not in the word. A is in the word. Ability. Oh. Oh, and we could say... Oh yeah, true. E-I-E. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the words. Sorry. Nope. I was Korea. No, it wasn't. It was spell. So we could do spell, and it only handles S. P, L, and that does both. Hold. Oh yeah, because we guessed I and A, or well, we guessed A, we guessed I. Got the word spell. Okay, cool. And now check if the guessed letter is found in the word. Well, if we remove this, no, we don't need this. Oh, almost had it too. Oh, this has to be fantasy. What? Broccoli? What the fuck? Oh, it was ability. Wait, A-B-I-L-I-T-Y? Really? A-B-I-L-I-T-Y. Wow, it was. It does fit. Okay. We say, no, J is not in the word. No, F is not in the word. No, R is not in the word. J, F, and R. And then out of guesses, the word was ability. And then I'll do it again. Then we can go again. And we could say, while true. Or we could say do while. Do while. Do this while. Continue. Enter 3 to continue. And then hello? Oh fuck, forgot. Well, alright. And we could return if it was successful or not. Alright, cool. I think that's it. I think it's fine. Pop. I'll take it. So how did he do it? See, it's cold right there. I don't know why it does that sometimes. I'll start by, like, my shirt. I don't know if it's... Like, there's this little... stuff on the inside, or stuff on the outside. What do you even call it? Like pressed print that is a different texture that feels not metallic but rubbery. Like it would be colder than the rest of the shirt, the fabric. But it didn't touch me, so I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know, I just got cold for a sec there. Felt like something touched me. Start by defining our list of words and making a random word picker. Makes sense that we would use random H. Sure. Oh, random H? Oh, hell no. Yeah, I just make it every time. Excuse me. A namespace called word list. Sure. A function to pick the random word and display it. Yeah, true. I should have waited, honestly. Should have done. Okay, that works. Now, guesses. Or, oh, the word. Damn. Oh, shit. Classes. Oh, nah. Guess I could have done an object, huh? Session. Instead of having the function, we could just see the session and then handle stuff, maybe? Draw the basic state of the game. So I guess I made mine in a procedural way, and maybe there's a way to make it object-oriented. What would we even want as classes, though? Like the game session? I don't know. Draw the basic state of the game, meaning so draw the target word as underscores, and then accept a letter. So it plays it, and then it says the word, and it's the random word, but it's converted to underscores. You enter your input, you enter your letter, and it handles it. Create a class to store all the shit. Let's see what he did. God damn. He had a namespace for the words. He had a class called session. He had a string view for the word. Initialized like that. No constructor. Get word. Why do we want that? What, to output it from it? Oh, public is just the getter. Duh. Okay, M word, and then we have get word. Okay, duh. Would draw, and it takes a session reference. Oh, because that's the whole class. Okay, done. Class is done. That's all. Then we can draw the session. It says, okay, the word. For these characters. Oh yeah, because if it's a length of 0, then maybe it's unused. Okay. Step through the characters. For each one, print an underscore. Okay. See, I did it differently. I didn't print the versions like that. I actually stored it as an object that was replaced with underscores or the letters later. That way you could actually get the state at any given time and see what the word looked like, what the players, what the state was. And then get the guess, standard input handling. And then of course you did this shit in main. Keep track of which letters the users guessed. Display the correctly guessed ones and create a game loop. I mean, so you could have a standard vector that uses characters as a stack to save the letters because you don't know how many letters they're going to guess. Now make it display those. I'm curious to see the second point here. Modify the game state function to display underscores and correctly guessed letters. That's why I like to store it as its own object. Write a loop that executes 6 times before quitting. How to store the information on which letters the user has entered? I like just doing a standard vector, right? And then it has a limited size equal to the amount of guesses, and it can only hold up to, well, actually hold which letters the user has guessed. I mean, we could just loop through the letter, or loop through, hold on. That's why I like having the game state, because the game state itself holds the letters. It replaces the ones that are good guesses live, and then we also have a separate thing for the bad guesses. The word, enter A. You do A again and it says nothing. And then you enter B. And then B doesn't get added, okay. And goal. Add in the display of total wrong guesses left. What is he saying? Of wrong guesses left. Incorrect letters. That's the same thing. Wrong guesses left. Oh, I guess that's the point. This doesn't even have the plus plus plus. And it also doesn't have the plus and then adding in the wrong guesses in there. Same length. I also made randomate. Okay, mine's actually significantly shorter. Actually, no, because he included random. Mine was too. Okay, never mind. It's the same length. Never mind. Namespace settings. Yeah, but then you have to go there to change it instead of just passing it. This is a mini game. This isn't some standalone big thing. And I could easily update my loop to ask how many, to ask and set how many we were calling it with. So it gets a number from the user to put that in. Hey, you ready to play? How many guesses do you want? Something like that. Or at the end of the game, it checks how many extra guesses the person had, divides them by 2, and then removes that many guesses. So that if you go from 6 and you had 4 guesses left, well, next time you only have 4 guesses because you got it in 2. And then it gets harder and harder, or it gets easier and easier, so we can have it dynamically adjust. That wouldn't be hard to add. So we have a standard vector string view of words. Sure, you could do it either way here. That's how I initially did it. And then we can get the word. Oh, and then we get random word to initialize the word in our session. And in the session, we have the word. We have the number of guesses left. We could have... Motherfucker, you just said don't use standard vector bool. Hello? M letter guessed. What? 26. Bro. Okay, this is fucking trash. Well, let's see if it changes. Never mind. Okay, it got better. Sorry. Sorry, my fault. I didn't understand it. Gave me that weird sultry voice that I dislike. It's probably just an effect. Who's the singer? It's an interesting voice. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why we would do this. Why would we save all of the possible letters? We could just check. Is the letter in the limited pool that you've got? Instead of checking here each time, 0 to 26, and having them be magic, why not just save the letters in an actual state object that tracks the whole progress of the game, which is underscores, real letters, and that's it. If it's a real, we check if it's already been used as a real letter, you've already used it, and then we also, and if boom, let's see. Yeah, we check that, and if it wasn't found in the word, then we instead add that bitch to the pot. Boom. And we do that twice. So we check to see is it in the word. If it is, check to see or go through the guesses. How did I do that? How did I do that in the guesses to make sure that... Did we loop through the whole guesses first? Already guessed? I think we did. We looped through the whole guesses to see if it's already guessed. And if it's already in there... Yeah, we looped through 1, we looped through 2. And that's already guaranteed smaller than this. Instead of 26 separate things. Because if they're stored the same, 26 bytes for characters, well, mine isn't 26. We don't check every letter. We check the letters of the possible word, and we check the letters that you've already said that were wrong. We can check, is letter guessed? Oh, we have, in public we can get, where is all this shit called in Maine? Do not tell me you're calling all this shit in Maine. Oh my fucking god. This voice is crazy. It's like a battle-torn woman's voice. This outfit is crazy. Oh my! I can't even stand up. This outfit is insane. Okay. I'll take a break and then keep on analyzing this in a little. We'll have like one more maybe. Alright. Alright, that's it for now.